We'll have a moment of silent meditation, then a pledge to the flag. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning. It's July 9th. It is 11 o'clock Tuesday, and two of the commissioners are here. Commissioner Ed Hawkins is at a program. We will now have consents and approvals.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We have 19 exonerations for $17,403.98. 7 requests to create statements for $9,119.84. Minutes for the commission meetings in May 1st, May 8th, May 15th, and May 22nd. Vouchers, General County Fund, 187,565.17. Coal Severance, 14,341. Chestnut Ridge Park, 616.30. Camp Muffley, 29,796.65. Mason-Dixon Park, 260.91. Purchasing card vouchers, General County Fund, 8,189.99. Coal Severance, 57.40. Camp Muffley, 2,770.49 for a voucher total of $243,597.91. We have the one budget revision. It's mandatory for the Coal Severance Fund for your approval. Western Board of Zoning Appeals, position vacancies for boards and authorities, the Western Board of Zoning Appeals, Mon County Planning Commission, Mon County Development Authority, Mon County Building Commission, and the Camp Muffley Advisory Board. Fiduciary orders for July 9th, 2019, second quarter file status report for George Armistead, Fiduciary Commissioner, and then there's a separate item that you probably want to take up separately.
Move for approval.
Second, proper move and second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, and the second issue?
The second thing is a closing order, and you might want the clerk to speak to that.
Yeah, I would go ahead and move for approval with discussion.
Second.
And Carrie, can you give a brief discussion of what this essentially is, since you're the expert?
Yeah, I wouldn't quite go that far, but there was new legislation passed by the West Virginia legislature this past session that allows for the administrative closing process on some very aged, old estates. And there's a 3-year look back. If there's been no activity on the estate within 3 years from the time that the personal rep came in and opened the estate, then a process can be initiated by the county commission to move to start to administratively close that estate so that it's just not hanging on the books and being kept out there. So what our office has been doing, on July the 5th, the process allows for this to be done twice a year, July and December. July 5th was the first opportunity that we had to do that. So for the last several months, our staff has been going through our estates. We are a very large county, so we decided to do this in baby steps, and we took a look back to 2015 in our estate system to see if there was any estates within that more recent time period that we could take advantage of this process. And that's the 230 estates that are before you. So what will happen after today, you issue the order to start the process for the administrative closing. Then our office notifies all the parties that were ever involved in those estates of what the commission's intent is. They have ample opportunity to come in and indicate that they want that estate to remain open. If they do, then it just simply is removed from the list, and then we work with them to try to get the paperwork finalized to get it properly closed. After 60 days, I believe, then we have to come back and issue another order and publish that in the paper and hold a hearing, which would just be one blanket open hearing for anybody involved in any of those estates to come forward. If they do come forward, then we simply pull their name off the list and we don't close those. But anyone who doesn't come forward, who doesn't make any process to close it on their own, Then after we've completed all of these different steps, then it would be administratively closed by order of the county commission.
Okay.
And the first step when you're notifying them, you do that via certified mail?
Yeah, first class mail.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right,
Since it's properly moved in second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you for that clarification.
thank you, Carrie.
Okay, introduction of new employees, Justin Krieger, Director of Day Report Center. Good morning.
So Justin is taking over for Sarah Abel,
Okay.
who has departed us as a director, and he officially starts July the 15th. And his salary is set at $52,000 annually.
Move for approval?
Second, properly moved in second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Welcome.
Thank you, guys. Thank you very much,
Congratulations.
and I also passed on your kind words to Sarah after the other meeting
Thank
a few
you.
weeks ago.
Thank you very much. Hi, MJ. Come on down, Executive Director, Youth Services Center. How you doing today?
I'm good. Good morning, guys. So I've recently interviewed Brandon Tate. I do believe he mentioned that he knew you, Tom. He
Yes.
played for WVU 2006. He's also the assistant coach up at West Liberty. He's great. He's 6'4". He's 230 pounds, but he also has a master's degree in counseling, which would be wonderful to have at the Youth Services Center. So we would like to have him aboard. I wish he were here today, but he's in another training because,
Yes.
you know.
Move for approval?
Second, properly moved in second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Yeah, he and I
Thank
look
you.
just alike. He's
I know.
230.
Strikingly.
Yeah. Perry DeChristopher. Hi, Perry, but we got everyone.
I am sorry, Perry is in a sentencing hearing on a very important case.
That's all right.
I would like to introduce you to LaTanya Edwards. She is one of our new directors, assistant director to our victim witness program.
Oh, okay.
Meredith Maidens has left and moved on to a new position at WVU, and we have the pleasure of hiring LaTanya.
Okay.
So,
Move for approval?
Second, properly moved in second, all those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you.
thank you.
Welcome to the county.
Yeah. Amy, I said, come on down. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
This-
morning.
This is Madison Martin. We'd like to hire her as a seasonal help at Chestnut Ridge Park.
Okay.
Move for approval?
Second, properly moved in second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Welcome, thank you. Thank you for coming down. And we have one more.
And I'd like to introduce you to Emmanuel Ponley. The sheriff seeks your approval on the appointment of him effective July 16th as a full-time home confinement officer.
Move for approval?
Second, properly moved in second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Brandon Tate looks like you, who looks like me. See, so all three of us.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome. Is there anyone else? Okay, seeing none, great. Comments from the public. Is there anyone who'd like to speak before us? We'd like to hear from you. Anyone? Okay, everyone's leaving? Okay. Okay, no comments from the public? Ms. Colleen Kuhn? Grants. What grants do we have today?
I request for your reimbursements. The first one's the Day Report Center grant in the amount of $16,615.28. The VOCA grant in the amount of $6,990.82. JJDP Grant Voices 2 program in the amount of $1,373.61. And the JJDP DMC portion in the amount of $3,025.51.
Move for approval?
Second, properly moved in second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's moving quickly. Okay, do we have any correspondence? Is that a yes?
No.
Oh, okay. Unfinished business, moving quickly. Consideration to approve an application for project infrastructure funding assistance as submitted by Fourth Generation LLC in the amount of $90,000 from the Mon County Development Authority's coal bed methane fund, and I asked if we could suspend the rules to have.
Sure, do we have a
I
representative?
think so.
Representative?
Come
from
on
the group?
down, feel free, and if you could just state your name and who you're with, and then we're easy going.
Yeah, I'm Scott Copen. I'm with T Road Engineering. I'm a representative with Fourth Generation and their project design engineer.
I'm Ricky Bufor. I'm with Fourth Generation.
Okay.
You want to go ahead and tell us about your project?
Yeah, I say we've got a couple drawings. Can
Yep.
Yeah.
bring them up there and kind of
Let's
a little background on where we are.
Okay.
What they're looking to do here. First off, the site's located off of Airport Boulevard. This is the mile ground.
Oh, okay.
Run Road. So if you take Airport Boulevard right before you enter into Autumn Ridge, the backside of North Point, yeah, you come down. Actually, this is the storage building for the Honda shop, but it's this big piece of land, 40-some acres that was graded probably 10 years ago now.
Right.
And set undeveloped. So that's the location of it, and what the intent is, what we're doing, is actually kind of fully develop the property as much as we can, but putting some storage facilities, some climate controlled, some won't be. Plus close to 100, and right now scheduled right around 150,000 square foot of office and some commercial. So what they're looking for is assistance with the roads and the power, underground utilities. As we understand it from Mr. Gianola, the monies cannot be appropriated to water and sewer infrastructure. They have to go for things that refunds aren't available. So stormwater, roadways, electrical cable fund is what they're looking. Total infrastructure cost on this is somewhere around $2 million. With our application showed about $3 million in building construction, but that's likely going to be woefully understated with what we ultimately will be able to get on here. Job creations will be in excess of 100 employees on the site. Anticipated in that $15 to $17 an hour range employee.
Could you go back to the first page for just one
Sure
second?
thing.
Is it just one road that's going down there, and how wide is it, just
There
for
is one
clarification?
road that comes down.
Okay.
And it comes from, it's this white line
Yes.
here, comes in.
Oh, I see.
The existing road is undersized.
Okay.
It's barely a lane and a half.
Right.
There is a 50-foot easement. Actually, it's not an easement. Fourth generation, or the underlying property owner, owns a 50-foot right-of-way clear up to Airport Boulevard.
Okay.
There has been some discussion with the adjacent property owners on how best to get in there without, while minimizing impacts to them.
Mm-hmm.
But they do own, a fee simple piece of land, not just a right-of-way, but an actual 50-foot wide strip of land from Airport Boulevard into the property.
And how wide do you think are you planning to make it, like 2 lanes rather than the
It'll
one?
be
that-
24 foot.
Okay.
Yeah, two
Because you're
12-foot.
probably going to be bringing 18-wheelers in or something. That's what I want to make sure.
2 12-foot lanes.
Okay.
And they do access it now with tractor trailers
Really?
to get into here, but for them, it's a straight shot.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
Once they get around the turn.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
us cutting the corner in. So, yeah, it'll be 2 24-foot,
That's
2
fine.
12-foot lanes.
That's what we wanted to make
Yeah.
sure of.
Yes, yep.
Okay. Thanks, I really appreciate you.
I appreciate you coming in.
We wanted a clarification and then on public so
Yeah.
that everyone understood that we're spending
Yes.
funds.
Yep, no problem.
And just to be clear, this had already been voted on by the Development Authority. The
Right.
step is they go to Development Authority, put an application in, and the Development Authority has approved it, and then it ultimately comes to us for approval. So that's where we're at now. And these are dollars that are spent on infrastructure and the reimburse. So they spend them, and then we reimburse them
Great.
for those
Okay,
dollars.
so do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second. It's been moved and second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for that.
Thank you
That
very
really
much.
helps. Okay. Any other unfinished business? Moving on to new business. First reading regarding the Mon County Planning Commission's Resolution P01-19 to amend the West Run Planning District zoning map from low-density R1 to high-density R4 of property legally described as Morgan District Map 4D parcels 7 and 8.
I mean, that, you're reading it from title, so,
Oh.
I mean, that's it.
Okay.
Unless you want the planner to go into any detail, that's.
No, we've done that. Yeah, we've explained it. Okay. So that is the first reading. We don't have to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Nope.
B, to consider approval of requisition number 17 for the Morgantown Industrial Park Series 2017A Phase 2 Project Fund.
The request is for $153,884.84.
Move for approval.
Second, properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, to consider funding request by the Triune Community Center and Arnottsville Community Association for fiscal year 2020. If we could have a motion, then explain it.
Could we take these separately?
Sure.
Okay, that way we're just,
Okay.
it'd be cleaner if we took them separately. I move that we approve the Triune Community Center request with comment.
Okay, second, go ahead.
What this is for the public, we own the building. They're in need of a HVAC upgrade. It still has the oil burning furnaces, and the AC is all window units. So these will replace the archaic systems and put new, more efficient systems in. It will replace the need for the oil, us to have to keep replenishing the oil, because the new systems will be electric. The quote they had received was about $21,000. The center has pulled together some of their own resources in addition to a grant which the seniors at the center have access to, and they have approximately $6,100 in that account, which the seniors at the center had pledged to this project. So based off of that and what the center has in the bank, they can come up with half of that. So what they're asking is the commission to come up with the rest. So our part would be what I would amend my request to be is we would commit to $11,000. But there's a caveat to that. To get the grant money, it has to be spent. So we would have an overall spend of about $17,000, but we would get $6,000 of that back once we submit the grant request to the state. So my amended motion is that we approve let me get the exact number here. That we approve up to, it's 11,000 from the commission and 6,186. So if we approve not to exceed 17,500 for the Triune Community Center HVAC repair.
17,000, I'm sorry.
17,500. That's just a not to exceed.
Yeah.
It's going to be 17,186 around there and some pennies.
Okay.
And I'll consider it a friendly amendment, so therefore we only have to vote once on the amended decision. So now we're voting for the amended for the cost. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So now that's the first one. Now we have the Arnottsville Community Association.
And then I'll let you
Okay.
describe that one.
Okay. So the Morgantown Public Library actually owns this building. The commission does not own it. And they are in need of some funding. They had initially looked at roof replacement, but after consulting with several contractors, they've been advised that a ceiling method would be more effective, at least as a temporary fix until they can raise the needed funds for roof replacement. They are asking for $4,200 from the community center funds and coal severance.
Move for approval.
Second, properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And again, just so the public knows, these are funds that we put a line item for community.
Correct.
So it's coming out of a funding, it's not new
Right.
money, so.
And they're
just-
not coming out of our general fund, they're coming
Exactly.
out of a coal severance fund.
Exactly. Okay, consideration of appointment to the Mon Building Commission?
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Kent Pauley is already serving. His term expired on June 30. He's asking to be reappointed.
Move for approval.
Second, properly moved in second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, do we have any other new business?
No, sir.
Do we have any reports from elected officials? Oh, boy, this is going quickly. Good. Reports from the county commissioners? I guess Ed's not here, so Sean?
Mine will be pretty quick with the holiday. There wasn't as much going on in terms of meeting frequency, so I don't have too much to report. I did go to the baseball game that was held at the stadium on 4th of July, and I want to thank MVB who sponsored the fireworks, because when they realized that the Black Bears are going to be out of town and There wasn't any fireworks at the waterfront because of the project going on right now there. MVB jumped in and worked with the Black Bears to actually arrange for the baseball game to occur at the stadium, and then for the fireworks afterwards. So I greatly appreciate them and the Black Bears' work on bringing fireworks to the county, which otherwise we wouldn't have had any on 4th of July. I hope everybody had a great 4th, and my gift is to stop talking.
And just as that, on Sunday, I was able to represent the county commission, and Ed was already there at Camp Muffley, and there was W Extension people, and also Nancy Walker from the Board of Education, and we just generally were able to see what 4-H programs are doing and excelling, and how Camp Muffley is just growing. So with that, that's my report.
Move for adjournment.
Second, we be gone.